Welcome to part 2 of the Before It Was Cool podcast, Tangents with a Side of Simpsons. We're back for this second one. How have you been, Tom, since we last spoke?
It's been forever since we last spoke. What has it been, like 23,000 millenniums?
I think that's a bit of an exaggeration.
It could have been that or 23 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a bit closer to it. But yeah, we're back and we're still talking Simpsons. And you know what I realized in the first episode? I asked you who you thought was the most overrated popular character in The Simpsons, but I didn't give my one.
Oh, yeah. Who is it?
Well, no, we'll do that after the theme music. We're just introducing the topic at this point.
God. Yeah, but they already know what the topic is. They listened last week, obviously.
Yeah, and we also have to put on the music.
Yeah, but fuck you and your logic.
So this is episode 2 of our Simpsons discussion, and most of this is a bit fly by the seam of our pants because we're a bit out of practice with all this, so hopefully it's enjoyable. And that's why we said that it was more about tangents, because we even had a tangent in the moments between recordings just then, where we just started talking about wrestling and then going off on a tangent there, and it's like, oh, yep, that's right, we've got something we have to actually do here.
We had a tangent before the episode.
Seriously. Yeah, it was pretty impressive, to be honest.
It was. If Guinness Book of World Records wants to ring us up and book us in for the most tangents in the history of podcasting, we'll take the award.
Yeah, I don't know how long we'll keep it, and I don't know how well it'll go. We'll have that award, but and considering it's just easy enough to try and overtake it, the difference is our tangents are natural. They just happen. They're not like planned. It's just like something happens and then we go off. And now we're actually having a tangent. Wait. We are having a tangent about talking about tangents. That's fucking meta as hell. That is so... That's Inception level tangent. No, that's more Inception than a tangent that led to a tangent, because this is a tangent about tangents. I'm confused now. Put on the music. Stop me talking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay has left the building.
No, just lost a bit more of my mind.
Alrighty, I'll play the music now.
The Before It Was Cool podcast.
And we're out of the music, and we're back for episode 28.2.
Yeah, 28.2, that's this one.
What do I call it? The Tender Orgasm plus some Simpsons.
Yeah, I did not agree to that, but okay.
Yeah, but I named the episode, so fuck you.
Fine then.
Or we name the episodes together, but I make the artwork, so I can just modify it.
Fine, Tom. How about I quit and I take away our one Patreon listener?
True.
And I'll make my own podcast with blackjack and hookers.
Oh, God.
And that's not a complete tangent, because at least it's still a Matt Groening show.
Yeah, exactly.
But still talking The Simpsons. So,
who is your most overrated popular character? Now you've got me on the hook.
I'm actually going to say Milhouse.
Yeah.
And it's more...
Is he really a popular character, though?
Oh, he is super duper popular. Like, the amount he is quoted is ridiculously high.
Everything is coming on Milhouse.
Yeah, there's so many Milhouse moments that people reference. And, like, that's probably what kind of killed it for me, that it was just overdone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, I'm over him as a character, because it's like that. Though I did have a really good laugh. It's like, if you see a metal band and the bassist looks like Milhouse, you know it's going to be fucking crazy. I guess it's more hardcore and metalcore sort of things, but if the bassist looks like Milhouse, you know it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
But, so we're still talking Simpsons stuff. So, have you got a favorite celebrity who's been on the show? And I'm not going to say. So I'm going to say a celebrity who wasn't playing themselves, but they were playing another character. Like you get me? Like when Michael Jackson played the what's his name?
When he played Michael Jackson, but it wasn't Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But he did everything but sing in that episode. But
and apparently he was originally not going to do it because he wanted to, because the script didn't have him spending enough time with Bart.
Yeah.
Which was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Considering some of the things that have been said about him since.
Well, yeah, we won't get into the Michael Jackson situation. But I'm going to say Michael Keaton.
Who did Michael Keaton play again?
What's his name? Jack. The portrait guy that Marge met at the prison rodeo.
Oh, yep. I remember that one.
Yeah, and he did the Puma Pride, and then he tried to say, I burnt the sign, but I did not burn Skinner's car.
Yeah, I know the one.
And she's like, I saw you light the fire. He's like, oh, you bet. Yeah, Michael Keaton was that one. I also liked what's his name? He's from Hawk. Plays Hawk.
Dustin Hoffman. Yeah.
I liked his role. He played the Mr. Bergstrom. Mr. Bergstrom?
That's the one that
Lisa fell in love with.
Substitute, yeah.
Yeah. Dustin Hoffman did his voice, but he didn't know what the Simpsons were, and they were nowhere near as popular as they are today. So he changed his name on the episode. But it's actually him. And I like that one. There's probably a few others. Like, I don't know if you can say it's a celebrity cameo, but Kelsey Grammer's Sacha Bob.
Yeah, he's a I wouldn't say he's a regular character, but yeah, you could definitely say that he was a really good one. Like, I do get you on that.
Yeah.
I do love Danny DeVito as Herb, Homer's half brother.
Yeah.
He was a solid character, and he made 2 appearances, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's only one where Homer broke him and one where Homer remade him.
Yeah. Jim Varney as Cooter, the carny.
Yeah.
Jim Varney is a very underrated actor. He's the guy who did all the Ernest movies.
Yeah, and he did Beverly Hillbillies, the remake, which actually wasn't that bad.
For a remake, yeah.
Yeah.
Remake, yeah. That's always a surprise when it's good.
Yeah. Speaking of remakes, they're about to do a Monsters remake.
A what remake, sorry?
A Monsters remake.
Yeah, Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie, yeah. And Sherry Moon Zombie is playing the mum.
Yeah, that works.
It actually does, surprisingly. But yeah, tangent.
It's what we do.
It is.
I've got to watch a lot of Rob Zombie movies.
What?
I got to watch a lot of Rob Zombie movies. I don't think I would actually be able to say that I've ever seen any.
House of 1,000 Corpses?
I haven't watched it.
Devil's Rejects?
I haven't watched it.
3 from Hell?
I haven't watched it.
The Halloween remakes?
Haven't watched them.
Well, fuck, you're a cunt.
Yeah, I'm not denying it. Another one I like, when it came to the cameos, Johnny Cash when he was the coyote.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was him.
Rodney Dangerfield as Larry Burns.
Yes.
But yeah, but when it came to celebrities actually playing themselves, there's so many good ones. Like celebrities playing themselves. Like I love who is it? What's his name? Leonard Nimoy in the monorail episode.
Oh God, the monorail episode makes me sad.
Why's that?
And anytime I see Troy McClure or Lionel Hutz, I feel sad. So what happened to the actor?
Yeah, absolutely terrible. For those who don't know, he was killed by his wife, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I think it might have been a schizophrenic episode or something like. Or she found out that he was cheating, but he wasn't cheating, or something like that. So she killed him.
Yeah.
Literally, and then killed herself. And it was fucking brutal. Like, waking up to hearing that news, like, at the time, he was just getting in play. He did Jingle All the Way. He did Small Soldiers, like, live action. And I was just starting to get into him. And then, the news hit that he had been killed. Which is brutal. But let's move on from that.
Yeah, because there's been a couple of actors from the series died. There's
Miss Krabappel.
Yeah, the voice actress for Mrs. Krabappel passed away. That's all I can really think of that have passed away.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many really great celebrity casting sort of things in it. It's really hard to pick the really good ones.
Yeah.
Because there's some that are just so good. Like in the Stonecutter episode, Patrick Stewart is number one.
Yeah. We do.
And well, two you can't go past because more of really niceness parts of it. Glenn Close as Mona Simpson.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth Taylor as Maggie.
Yeah. Oh, and what's her name? Jodie Foster as Maggie.
Jodie Foster as Maggie, yeah.
And she's had a few different people voice her.
Speaking of Maggie as well, have you seen the shorts they did? Where it's the Avengers one, there's the Star Wars one.
I haven't watched them yet, but I want to. I'm trying to get through the episodes.
They're good for a laugh. It's interesting because it's Simpsons without the Star Wars one in particular. It's Simpsons with minimal amounts of dialogue.
Yeah.
Which really changes things up.
I've got a few questions for you. They're more trivia based than your preferences, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so can you name the three main developers of The Simpsons?
Brooks.
Yeah, James L. Brooks.
James L. Brooks. See, I'm going to get it confused with some of the voice actors. Is Groening still a producer?
Yeah. No, I said developers.
Developers. I would not be able to tell you past Brooks, and that's only because I see his name on there. I wouldn't be able to tell you that much.
It's the last slide on the TV on the opening credits of The Simpsons. It goes James L. Brooks, Matt Groening, and Sam Simon.
Sam Simon, I did remember that now you've said it.
The three main developers of The Simpsons. And they've been that way since the start. Okay, so what was Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney's one stipulation beyond payment for appearing on The Simpsons?
I honestly don't know, so I'm just going to guess. My guess is that I've got two ideas for guesses. One, it was going to be something to do with vegetarianism, or it was something to do with them not singing.
No, because they sung in the episode.
Did they?
Oh, no, wait. They made Lisa think they were going to sing, but Apu sung.
Yeah. Now, what was it?
Something to do with vegetarianism. To agree for them to come on the episode, Lisa had to turn vegetarian and permanently remained vegetarian from that point on. and
Okay.
the developers said, "Yeah, it's all right. No one liked Lisa."
Yeah, like this is a very interesting character because she's a straight-laced one.
Yeah,
But yeah, she's a very, like, she has her moments, but yeah, she's not given the same sort of love as a lot of the other main cast when it's her episode or whatever.
yeah, exactly. Like even like Marge is straight laced, but she has the crazy moments, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but the thing
Whereas
is, she still
Lisa
has
rarely does.
yeah, Marge actually has still parts of her that are like goofy gimmick within the being the parent.
Yeah,
But then but then you have Lisa, who she never really has any like super silliness. Like there's moments, like when she was obsessed with the Corey hotline, I think it was.
yeah,
Like she does have her silly moments, but comparatively, it is so much less.
yeah. Or when she drinks the water at Duffland,
Yeah,
and she turns into the drug queen.
well, the Lizard Queen, and that's referencing
Yeah,
which is a reference to Jim Morrison.
yeah. But yeah, I yeah, Lisa's a hard one to get around because
Her idea is to be the straight-laced character, and then to try and that's rarely going to get anyone super interested.
like she's supposed to be the boring one, but the problem is in a family like that, you can't really have the boring one. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and like yeah, and then when she does have those moments where, well, when an episode is about her, it's about her trying to get around her crazy family.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, it's an interesting one. Like if we were to do a character analysis of Lisa and how she's kind of the left out Simpson really in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, like
Like
even
admittedly Maggie is like, and I'm not trying to say this to piss off any of the Maggie lovers out there, but Maggie's almost a prop.
but even she, like the largest episodes of all time are the Who Shot Mr. Burns.
Oh yeah.
It was the final episode of one season, the first episode of the next, and it had the whole world going fucking crazy. I've still got a limited edition shirt from Channel 10 that from the Who Shot Mr. Burns episodes.
Yeah.
It fucking was everywhere. There were TV ads the whole year. Who shot Mr. Burns? Who shot Mr. Burns? Can you figure it out? There were competitions to see who could crack that fucking code. And they based the whole thing around Maggie Simpson.
Yeah, it was it was a strong episode, and yeah, she was majorly involved in it. But she was still really, like, when you think about it, like, she didn't add anything to the story.
True.
Like, she was kind of in the background of it all, and then it's like, oh, it all links to this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's like, Maggie is more of a prop, I find. Like,
sure.
She really, because she doesn't talk, it's very hard for her to push plot points forward. She does definitely do that in some moments. But yeah, as a character, she's more like something happens to her because of Homer's stupidity, or something happens to her because of I don't know, the kids setting her up almost. Like there's like a lot of stuff there where it's not her being the main character. Like she's rarely the main character, and if she is, as I said, she's more of a prop or a plot point to work around, and it's her having something happen to her because of her family. Like it goes I'd probably say it goes Homer, Bart. I'd probably say Lisa's then the most next done. Maybe Lisa and Marge together, and then Maggie as a
Maggie's definitely at the end, but yeah, I don't know between Marge and Lisa which one's got more, because include shared adventures, like because Lisa has a lot with Bart,
and she has quite a few with Homer doing that
as well.
Major Odd Couple sort of thing.
Yeah. But so does Marge.
Yeah. It's but like as we said, both Marge and Lisa also have that they're the straighter ones to play off the silliness. So they're not I'm trying to think how to put it. They're major characters, but with a very different style.
Yeah.
Well, it is interesting. It's just
we're getting more philosophical in this episode.
Well, not philosophical, analytical, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's analytical and it's just looking at the way they've constructed this storyline. And quite often, as I said, Marge and Lisa are the straight edge. Homer and Bart are the chaotic element and the problem a lot of the time. And Maggie, more often than not, is a prop.
Yeah, I'll concede. I'll agree.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that. I thought you were going to just keep arguing, but awesome. But yeah, it's I mean, if you disagree with my take on that, and I'm not talking to you, Tom, I'm talking to the audience. If you disagree with my take on it, talk to us about it. I'd really like to. This is something we could really go into depth with, but let's go back to the more fun talking about Simpsons. This is way too analytical and intellectual for us. Let's talk about Taya's dick. That'll lower the bar again.
Or raise it. I think you do push-ups. You have a cock push-ups?
I heard that if the jaws of life don't work on a car, they call Taya and she can actually pry open doors with her penis.
Yeah, she just whacks the roof and all the doors fall.
Yeah. What do you think from now on? Should we start a new thing in the show where we almost do like a Chuck Norris fact, but it's about Taya's penis?
Yes, 1,000 times yes. I'm going to get divorced, but still, yes.
I think that'd be awesome when we get to like 100 episodes. Get them all recorded on one thing and give it to her as a present.
Exactly, and then record a reaction.
Yeah,
Thank God I'm married to someone with such a sense of humor that she can get along with
this.
Penis. And a big penis, yes.
Okay, actually, I got a new question for you.
What
Simpsons episode is the most heartwarming or heartbreaking, like where it evokes emotion other than humor?
Probably the training episode for Santa's Little Helper.
Episode?
The training episode, where Bart just looks at him and says, "Oh, because you can't understand sit," and then Santa's Little Helper sits.
Yeah,
and the Bart's emotion in that episode is just so fucking good, so visceral. Yes, I'm using big words.
No, I can definitely see where you're coming from with that one. I didn't click to which one you were talking about until you just started saying that, and then I remembered.
The one where he eats the quilt and Lisa has the mumps.
Yep. I remember. I'm trying to think of other ones. Like Do It For Her is such a big one when it comes to heart-based moments. Homer's mum coming back.
Yeah,
and then disappearing again. That's a really big one. As you were saying, Lisa's substitute, that was actually a pretty interesting one when it came to heart moments because.
Yeah, I fully understand that one.
Yeah, there is a couple, and like that's one thing that was really strong about The Simpsons. Like they do enough humorous episodes, but the heartwarming ones were really strong a lot of the time too.
Especially in the early years, like because all but one of the ones we just picked, which is the grandma one, were from the first 10 seasons.
I think the grandma one might have even been pretty early on too.
The grandma one, I think, is season 11 or 12.
So still pretty close to it. Let me have a look.
Or that I could be thinking of the time she came back.
Yeah, she came back a couple of times. Let me just see when the episode was. Second season was the first one with Mona in it.
Really? One where he...
But I think
the one
I think that's more a reference. It's not her as like a character.
Yeah, because the one you're referring to is what does the J stand for? Oh, it stands for J. The worst payoff in the history of TV.
No, I've heard of much worse.
I've seen much worse. Dexter.
So let me just have a look.
Game of Thrones.
So I'm just trying to see it. I'm trying to think the episode where Homer finds his name.
I can't remember the name of it.
Is mentioned. They made 2 brief flashbacks in season 2 and season 6. Major appearance was in the 7th season.
First major appearance. Oh wow! So they all were from the first 10 seasons.
Yeah, it was. Season 7, episode 8.
Oh wow! I didn't realize. Yeah. Okay, fair enough then.
Yeah. Okay, here's an interesting question for you. What's your favorite couch gag?
I'm a huge fan of Rick and Morty, so I love that couch gag.
That's one of the more modern ones.
Yeah, there's more modern one, which is weird. The one where the couch eats them is pretty funny. The Dodge 'em Cars one is pretty funny, pretty good. I don't know, there were a lot of them, and they're all unique, so it's kind of hard to say. Do you have a favorite one?
There's a couple. I don't mind the flipbook one.
Yeah.
Where it's animated and they're flipping it through a flipbook. I think that's kind of cool. The Escher one, the MC Escher one, where all the stairs are different directions. A lot of the ones that are themed after movies, like there's the one where they're I think there's one where they're all different Avengers characters. It's really solid.
It's one of the more modern ones.
Yeah. And have you seen some of the couch gags and openings recently?
No, not a lot. Some of them, but not a lot.
Because one thing they've been doing is they've been getting artists in to do them and animate them, and some of them have gotten really trippy.
Yeah. So that's where the Rick and Morty one came from. They got what's his name?
Dan Harmon.
Dan Harmon in to animate and write the intro. And then it was Rick and Morty, killing everyone essentially.
Yeah. There's
creating mutants.
But that's even there's some of them that are just so out there. They're just there's one of them where it goes through this whole different animation thing. So crazy some of the stuff they do.
Yeah.
It's really cool because it's different. It's mixing it up a little bit because Simpsons became very stagnant for a while, and that's why it wasn't funny anymore.
Yeah, it spent a long time in that grey zone where it was there. It was Simpsons, so it was never going to get cancelled. But
it just became it was more background noise.
Yeah.
So, you got any more trivia-based questions?
I have a couple more.
Okay.
So, do you know the character of the comic book guy?
Yes.
What is his real name?
Would not be able to tell you.
It's mentioned in a couple of episodes, but his real name is Jeffrey Arbiston.
Seems appropriate to be a comic book guy.
Okay. The comic book store. What is its name?
Android's Dungeon.
And?
What do you mean, and? Did I miss something? Android's Dungeon.
And baseball cards.
And shop. Baseball cards.
Shop.
I thought it was baseball cards, but I wasn't sure.
And the android's touching a baseball card shop.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I was most of the way right.
That's the end of my trivia. Mainly because
fair enough.
I didn't want to go for too long, and I only thought of a few.
Fair enough.
That one makes, grammatical sense.
Something like that. But yeah, we've talked about The Simpsons quite a bit. I think, how are we going for time? Have you got a check on that?
Oh, yeah. We're at 30 minutes in this episode.
Oh, fuck, let's end it then.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're at that point where we get to in some episodes where we're like, what are we going to talk about here? And we trying to continue it on, and we don't have to anymore. So, yeah, fuck it. We don't have to.
Yeah, unlike last week's episode where we went like 20 minutes over what we said we were going to do.
Yeah, it was
We're
just
going
tangent.
under.
It was tangent verbal diarrhea. It just kept happening and happening and happening. Like
Exactly. And I think that's because we just haven't caught up in so long, kind of thing.
I think as well, one thing we find is that because we're doing an episode back to back. I know everyone, we're letting in on an insider secret. We get the tangents out in the first episode, and then by the second one, because we've had that silly moment, we don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So we get.
You know what the really shit thing is?
What?
I forgot to hit record.
No, I know you're bullshitting.
You and Tay can always tell my bullshitting voice.
No, not always. Not always. Sometimes you catch me out. But I could tell that time. Like, I just could tell by your tone and stuff, and I'm learning it a bit better these days. But no, you've gotten me quite a few times. Like your old voicemail caught me out so many fucking times.
Even called Tail. Oh, I love that thing. I should bring it back.
It's not very professional, but it's very funny.
Yes, it is. It was the old hello?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak up? What? Hello? No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm not here. And I got everyone with that. Everyone. Like, to the point where Fogo yelled at me to change it. He's like, fucking change it. I'm like, nah. It gets everyone.
So I still think Archers is better.
Archers.
Well, Archers, the TV show?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think.
His elaborate voicemail. Fucking they're good.
That's right, yes.
They're just so over the top and ridiculous. It is so funny.
I can't wait for that show to come back.
I'm worried, to be honest.
Because of her death.
Jessica Waters' death, yeah. Waters or Walters? Anyway. Her death. Like, I don't know how the series is going to go without her. Like, when the voice actor who played Woodhouse passed away, it's like pretty minor character, but the whole dynamic between Archer and his mother is so big. And like her not being the head of the agency, like they could obviously put any other character in there, like Lana is head of the agency, and they can create a pretty good dynamic there. But
even skip it forward a few years, have Archer the head of the agency, placing his mum's role, and then his kid is now the secret agent. If you know what I mean.
Maybe it could work, but yeah, I'll be interested to see how it goes because she was a good character,
and she was pivotal.
Absolutely, and she was so entertaining, so funny, and just another just absolute awful person that you just found so fun.
Yes, that's perfect way to describe Mallory. Awful, but you love her.
Yeah.
Kind of like Deadpool, he's awful, but you love him.
Deadpool actually has a lot more redeeming factors than Mallory.
Yeah, true. But he says Deadpool, fuck a lot.
Yeah, but even beyond that, like, as a character, he's got a very good heart and he's actually wants to do the right thing. He just does it in a very brutal way.
Unless he wants to kill the Marvel Universe. Did I tell you I finally got around to reading them?
Which one? Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, or which one?
Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah,
I know
it's
it's not
great. The thing
called
is,
that, but it's
it's Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Yeah, but it's not the 616 Deadpool, the main Deadpool.
Yeah, I know.
It is a different Deadpool, so it doesn't really count as the main Deadpool doing it. Have you seen Deadpool kills Deadpool?
No.
Read Deadpool kills Deadpool. It's pretty much that evil Deadpool going around to different universes, killing all the other different versions of Deadpool.
Yeah. Kind
But
of like.
there's
Have you watched Multiverse of Madness yet?
no, I haven't. It's just come onto Disney Plus, and I'll be watching it with my mum soon because
I watched it like the day it came onto Disney Plus. So I had the choice of seeing Jurassic Park Dominion or Multiverse of Madness at the cinema, and I chose Jurassic Park or Jurassic World.
I'm hopefully seeing that soon. Like, it's pretty much a family tradition for like my sister, me, and mum to go see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to organise that sometime.
It's not the worst, but it's not the best.
That's what I'm hearing from a lot of people. Like, it's
like I didn't get the argument of because I've seen online a bunch of times about how it didn't introduce enough new dinosaurs. Introduced the entire Cretaceous period and a bunch of feathered dinosaurs.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's funny. Just before this, we were talking about how in the second episode we didn't really do many tangents, and now we've done a tangent.
True. But yeah, check out Multiverse of Madness. You'll love it. No Spider-Man in it, which is...
I know, but a lot of multiverse sort of stuff and older characters.
Older characters, new characters, older actors playing the character that they played in other series, but like not that...
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. He comes back as Dr. Xavier. Spoilers. But
everyone knew it.
But he's not the Dr. Xavier from the Fox universe.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, cool. Anyway.
And some of the character introductions are fucking awesome.
Tom, we have to wrap it up.
Okay, so check us out on Facebook, facebook.com before IWC. On Twitter, we're at before IWC. Before IWC at gmail.com if you just want to get in contact with us. You can obviously leave a comment wherever you're hearing this podcast. The YouTube is the easiest place to comment. Directly on the thing, and I will get notifications to reply to you. Go to YouTube, search Before It Was Cool, and we'll pop up there at some point. Patreon, patreon.com/before IWC. That's PATREON.
Give us bags of monies, many monies.
Many monies.
To quote Danhausen.
I'll curse you.
You'll pay me monies, I will get rich, and I will have my own blimp.
I love Danhausen.
Yeah, he's great. He's so good. Anyway, so he's been Tom on Treads. I've been Shakey Jay.
This is the Before It Was Cool podcast.
Yeah, that too. Thanks for listening. We're glad to be back, and we're going to try and not make it so long between episodes this time.
Yeah, I won't. I can't guarantee it, but I might try and kill myself. Accidentally.
Yeah. Well, I hope not. It'd be kind of weird trying to, like, no one would be able to hear you if I'm talking to you via Ouija board.
I will have to do it on YouTube via video.
Yeah, something like that. To be honest, if you've got a limited window to try and talk to me, you're probably just going to say something like "fucked your mum" or something like that, and not actually contribute anything.
Have you ever seen me try to write? Imagine me trying to move something to spell it out.
And me trying to hold it with my shaking too.
Oh God, let's do that one day. I'll just die randomly, and then we'll do a Ouija board episode.
And sure, sounds great. I think.
Then I'll come back to life. I shaved my head. I'm not Jeebus.
I don't think you were ever. You're not circumcised, are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm circumcised.
Okay, well, that's one thing you've got in common with Jesus, but you eat bacon. He didn't.
Oh, no, I eat turkey bacon because I'm trying to get fit.
Yeah, but you still would happily eat ham
Oh, I wouldn't.
or
I don't
prawn.
like ham.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, I don't mind ham, but it's not something big for me, but I don't like pork.
Yeah, I don't like pork either. I can't stand the way it smells when it's cooked.
Okay. See, I like,
Yeah.
that being said, love bacon. Crazy for bacon.
Yeah, I love bacon as well, but I have to eat turkey bacon now. Apparently, I'm unhealthy.
You are a fat cunt.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, so yeah, that's 28.2. Episode
We're done.
28.2.
Cool.
We're done. See you
Bye.
later.
See ya.
Sag da, wo sie